Welcome to the training. In this training, we are going to do disk partition using fdisk, gdisk, LVM, and a disk format, partition format, label, delete the partition. At first, I will type lsblk to see the storage. So here many information. Ignore this information. Only check this. This is SDA and it has 14.6 gigabit free. Okay, I'm going to create partition using fdisk space /dev/sda. Okay, it is saying fdisk utility. Now M for help. Type M, press enter, and it shows some information. For beginners, just try to understand. This is MBR for and generic. Just check N. N used for new partition. P to print partition table. And if you want to save, W. And if you do not want to save and quit, just Q. That's all. And V is for verify. Now I want to create a new partition. I'm going to type N. Okay. And it is showing some information. Partition table. So 4 partitions. Now I'm going to choose P and type enter. Press enter. And partition number 1 to 4, I am default. I am typing 1 default. Press enter. First sector, I am going to take the default value. So I am going to press enter. And last sector, I am going to type plus 3G. Here you see this km, gigabit, gigabit, terabit. Now press enter. Okay, created one new partition. Size 3 gigabit. Alright. Now type P, partition table. You see partition table. Now if I type W and enter, it will save. If I W only Q, it will not save. So at first I type Q and press enter. Okay, and check lsblk storage. You see here SDA, there is no partition because I did not save the partition. To save the partition, what I have to do? fdisk dv SDA. So I need to create a new partition and type P, enter 1 and enter. Here type P and enter. So it is showing partition number 1 to 4. I am choosing 1 as a default, and first sector I want to take default, so press enter. Last sector I want to take 3G. Alright, now press enter. So created one partition 3 gigabit. Now type P. You can see the partition table created. Now we want to save this. So if you want to save, type W. You see it says that the partition table has been altered. Okay, now type lsblk to check the storage. You can see here one partition is created. This is how to create partition using fdisk. Alright. If we want to delete the partition, what we will do? Again, enter, use the command fdisk dvsda. Okay. Now to type M, enter, and you see here D, delete partition. Type D and press enter. So partition 1 has been deleted. Type P, there is no partition table. Now type W, enter. Partition table has been altered. Right? Now type lsblk you see this partition is gone. This is how to use fdisk to create partition and delete partition. Now I am going to use gdisk. Type ls blk. We can see that this is our storage free and we will use this. Now type gdisk dv sda. Right, so this is gpt disk partition. Okay, this is the version. Here we are going to check some information. Like before, here is the instruction that which one we want to choose. I'm going to choose 2 gpt. All right, now it is asking type question mark to get the help. Type question mark and press enter. So it has similar information that if you want to create a partition, type N. If you want to delete a partition, type D. If you want to print the partition table, type P. If you want to quit, just the Q. And if you want to save, W. If you want to verify, V. Alright, so I'm going to create a partition and type N. Press enter. So it is saying partition, you can choose 1 to 128. So we can create partition here 128. I am choosing 1 and press enter. So it is asking first sector. I am going to take default. Okay. And last sector I am going to take 1200 M. Here you see that here we see that partition table 1 and partition table it is created 1.2 gigabit. So if we want to quit, just quit. Alright, type ls blk. Here is no partition. Alright, here is no partition, but it is mounted. At first you have to unmount, unmount, run. Okay, now we can use this. And again gdisk dv sda. Alright, type 2 for gpt. And when to create a new partition, type N. Now choose 1 and press enter. First sector, here choose default, so press enter. And last sector 1200 M. So here you see the KMGTP, megabit, gigabit, terabit. Okay. Now we are going to file system. So type L to C all. Capital L, press enter and press enter. So from here you can choose what type of file system you want. So default is 8300 Linux file system. Type Q to quit, and here default is 8300. Press enter. So now this partition is Linux file system. Now type P. You can see that this is partition is created. Now type W and press enter. Do you want to proceed? Final checking. Do you want to proceed? Type Y. Yes. Writing new GUID partition. Now type ls blk. You can see that this partition is created. How to delete this partition? gdisk dv sda. Alright. Now to delete the partition, type D, press enter. Alright. Now type P. There is no partition table. Okay, here it is empty. Now type W. It will save. Do you want to proceed? Type Y, press enter. Now it is done. Type ls blk. You see this partition is deleted. So you can now understand how to create partition using fdisk and gdisk, and how to delete the partition. This is two process, and another is LVM. Now I will demonstrate about LVM. Clear the screen and lsblk. Okay, our hard disk is STA. Okay, now LVM has three steps. Number one, we have to create physical volume, then we have to create volume group, and then we can use LVM. How to do it? At first, physical volume create. Okay, and where DEV SDA. All right. Okay, this is just a Y and enter, Y and enter, Y and enter is fine. Physical volume successfully created. Okay, we can see PV display. You see, this is PV display. STA is new physical volume. All right. Now I am going to create volume group VG create. All right. VG create and provide a name. Let's say VG DVSDA. Okay, volume group successfully created. We can also see same way VG display. Alright, you see that this is VG name we created. Alright, and clear the screen. Now we are going to create LVM. Right, LV create, and then size L. Let's say I want to take 3 gigabit and name my LV. This is just name, and where on VG volume group we created here. This is logical volume my LV created. Now check LV display. See there that my LV is the LV name. Okay, and it is on VG volume group. All right, this is not this. There are in this computer there are hard disk. There is hard disk, and hard disk has other LVM. That's why it is showing other. So this is our LVM on the stick. So this is 3 gigabit. Okay, now I want to see LSBLK. You can see here that my LV created on PG, and this is here physical volume. This is how to use LVM, and LVM you do not need to enter to the disk. You can create from outside. Okay, now how to remove this? To remove this, at first we have to remove LV. Okay, LV remove. Okay, LV remove. You can type the double tab. You can see what to remove. You see, this is dev and VG my LV. We have to remove this. All right, my LV. So these are from the hard disk. Don't touch this. Press enter. Why? Logical volume successfully removed. Now we have to remove VG volume group. VG remove. All right, and press double tab. You can see there is VG. This VG. This is the main hard disk. If you do anything, computer will shut down. The computer will not work. Now here type VG. Press enter. VG successfully removed. Now we have to remove PV remove. From where? DV SDA. Okay. Level physical volume successfully wiped. Now LSBLK. You see, this is the disk we have now without any partition. This is how to use LVM. At first you have to create physical, then volume group, then LV. And when you want to remove, you have to remove LV, then volume group, then physical volume. That is how to use LVM. Now I will show something more interesting, how to format the disk partition. Okay, lsblk. Okay, how to format? Let's say I want to format. Make file system dot. Okay, if you press double tap, it shows this. I'm going to use vfat, vfat, and dvsda. Press enter. So this is formatting. All right. Now once it is done, fine. Now I'm going to create a partition. lsblk. So here we do not have any partition. I'm going to create a partition using fdisk. Fdisk dv sda. Okay. Okay. This information is fine. Now how to create a partition n. Okay. So we are going to take default p is fine. Partition number 1, default 1, and first sector, press enter, and this is just, you can use 3G. Okay, created new partition and 3 gigabit. I am now going to check. So we have this partition 3 gigabit. How to save? Type W and press enter. So the partition table has been altered. Okay, clear the screen. lsblk storage, see this, we have this partition. Now what I am going to do, I am going to format this SD1. How to format this? mkfs dot, double tap, we can do xt4. Okay, now dev and sd1. Press enter. It is now formatting. Okay, it will take some time. It is working. You see, this is UUID. Wait some time. It takes time. This is yes, 3 gigabit. Okay, it is done. Okay, now if I type to say the details blkid. Okay, blkid dv sda1. So this is lsblk. Okay, here we have sda1. So I am using this command to see the details, and we see that this is sd1 and this is UUID. Okay, all right, and type is extension for, we already formatted to ext4. This is how to format. Now I want to create a label. How to create a label? E2 label. What you want to label? dvsda1 and give a name data. Press enter. Is done. Okay, again type blkid dvsda1. You see, this label is created data. All right, this is how to create label. Okay, this is the command for label, and this is the source what you want to label, and this is the label name. That's all. So when you format, it will show type, what type of format, and if you create a label, it will show the label name. Any name you can write there, is fine. Now I am going to mount this. Okay, to mount, what to do? Ls, you see we have a mount. I am going to create, if you want to mount, you have to create a directory there. Make directory mnt and type here usb. Okay, 3 mnt. So you see usb created. I want to mount sta1. Okay, so now type mount. What we want to mount? dev sd1. Where we want to mount? mnt usb. Here, press enter. mounted. Now ls plk, you can see here that SD1 mounted. This is how to mount. How to U mount, unmount, U, unmount, mount. That's all. MNT, USB. Press enter. Done. Unmounted. LS, BLK. You see, this is now unmounted. This is how to do mount, unmount. So you already understood how to do mount, unmount, disk, partition, format, label. Okay, now I'm going to remove this partition. How to remove this partition? fdisk dvsda, right? Press enter, and now I'm to delete this partition. We have this partition. I'm going to delete this. How to delete? Type D, press enter. Partition 1 been deleted. What I'm going to do? I'm going to type W to save it. The partition table has been altered. Okay, clear the screen. LSPLK to see the storage, and you see this is the disk. This is how to do partition using fdisk, gdisk, LVM, and format, label, mount, unmount, and delete the partition. Thank you to watch this video.